Okay, everybody. So welcome to our February mastermind. This is our second month into the year, into the mastermind. And before we get into our agenda for tonight, what's up? What's up? Welcome. I'm going to go ahead and just play us some music. And I just want us to have a couple of minutes to center our energy, to center our thoughts and our attention to the hour and about a half, 15 minutes or so that we have together. So
if it is safe to do so, you can close your eyes and just begin to just take in a couple of deep breaths and just focus in on yourself for this hour. Take another deep breath. Focus in on your goals for this hour. Take another deep breath. And so let's try to eliminate as many distractions as we could, possibly manage, and remember why we're showing up today. Why are we showing up for our families, ourselves, our opportunities, our goals? And whatever you need to silence, go ahead and silence that now. Whatever you need to turn off, do not disturb, go ahead and do not disturb that now. And let's just, take a few minutes to think about what we're grateful for. One last deep breath in. Okay, how's everybody feeling?
A little bit more centered.
good. I'm glad. All right. So I'm going to share my screen and we're just going to jump right into what we have laid out for today. So I'm happy to see everybody. Happy that you're here. So, so welcome again to our second mastermind of this year, and we do have some new faces on. So let's just go ahead and start out with some introductions again. We're probably going to be doing introductions for a couple more months until we kind of get acquainted with the faces and the businesses that are represented on the call. So what I want you to do is go ahead and say your full name, where you're from, where you reside, and tell us, a little bit about your business, and tell us about, one current goal that you have for your business.
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Paula Fortune. The business that I have is a candle company. It's in the beginning stages, but my goal is within the next 3 to 6 months to have a website launched and mastering the shipping process. And I live in New York.
Okay. Awesome. Welcome. And go ahead and put your Instagram handles in the chat as well. If you have a LinkedIn page, go ahead and put that in the chat, and let's connect with each other. Let's network. Let's follow each other online and support. Okay. Who's next?
I guess I'll go next. How you guys doing? My name is Zachariah Lasad. My company is a health and wealth company. So my biggest thing is I want to try to, get as many people to know about us as we can by the summertime, by June.
Okay, brand awareness. Got you. Did you say where you're from?
Yes, and I'm from New York.
Okay, welcome.
I'm also from New York, and I know Paul. My name is Maudlin Maxino. I'm a book author, children's book author. My goal this year is to sell 3,000 copies of my books.
I like that. I like the tangible number goal.
From your last time, yeah.
Yeah, I love it. So we have Zachariah, Paul. Is it just Paul or Paulette? Just Paul.
It's just Paul.
Just Paul. And Madeline. I said that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And last but not least is Kiana.
Hi, everyone. I'm sorry. I'm in mommy mode as well. Still focusing on, me trying to carve that hour out. So my name is Kiana Stratford Walker. I am developing an art magazine, and it's called Art Influence Mag. So I'm highlighting local, national, international artists because I believe everyone deserves a magazine cover. I respect many of the artists that we have in our areas, and I just wanted to shed more light on the emerging and veteran artists that are right here in our own neighborhoods. And that extends from fashion to sculptors, to painters, to photographers, applied arts and visual arts. And I'm from Philadelphia.
I love it. I love it. And for those who don't know, Danielle Jeter, and I'm the host and curator of MeetUp2Millions Mastermind. I'm from Philadelphia originally. I currently reside in Miami, Florida. And I have several initiatives, but the main goal, of what I do is to empower and to tell the stories of Black-owned and women-owned companies, and to also help our businesses scale. So I'm in the space of media, PR, business strategy. Those are the spaces that I'm within. All right, so that's everybody. So thank you all y'all for introducing yourselves. Go ahead and network with each other. Thank you for dropping your handles and information in the chat, and you can continue any other links that you want to drop. Go ahead and drop those so that we can connect. We are a mastermind community. We are an alliance. We are a team. So I have a question to kick things off for today. And it's all about multiplying entrepreneurship, right? So we are all in various phases of our business. Some people are just getting started, and some have already started and just, getting their footing. And then some people are years in. So I want you to think about, from wherever standpoint you are in your business, how do you want to help others grow in your company? Right? All of us is here in this particular mastermind because we're interested in scaling a business, which means that we don't want to just be a solopreneur. We actually want to work alongside others and provide opportunities for people to work within our companies. So at some point in time, you're going to be hiring if you haven't already done so. So how will you help others grow in your company? And you can take a few minutes. You got to think about it. That's cool.
Danielle, repeat the question again, please.
Sure. So how do you want to help others grow within your company? Meaning those who will be working for your business in collaboration with your business, those who are affiliated with your business. How do you want to help them grow?
So I never thought about this before, but I guess it'll be better to find people that share the same goal for your company or have the same interests to work with you. And then it's important to nurture them and get them to really understand your overall mission and how you want to help more people. So you have to find people who are just like-minded and share the same goal and end goal as you do. And then it's just a matter of giving them the tools and the resources and letting them know that you're going to be there for them and to support them all the way.
Thank you.
I was going to say, along these same lines, find those who share that vision and that mission of your company and that are also teachable, and then give them those tools that they need to learn in order to, move up within the company and to, really be their full selves.
All right.
I think
2 more people.
I think I would approach it from a standpoint. I want us all to focus, on what we're good at. I don't mean to say stay in your lane as a negative thing, but I think if everyone carves out that niche and we figure out how to, work together, we can build monuments. So that's my goal, is to build relationships that are long lasting, especially it being the goal of focusing on our children and leaving legacies for the kids. So if we're able to come together in business, we should be able to come together and actually build monuments. build buildings that can last for our children. And I really want to see us etched in the books, from our respective cities and states.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's my goal, is to get to a point where we can all work together and invest in other things outside of, what we started as.
Thanks for sharing.
I think for me, I would approach it more in a mentoring sense because of the way my business is set up. Maybe they're interested in starting their own company. Maybe they just want to do the marketing end. So I think I will agree with Kiana.
Yeah.
But as far as like whatever they're naturally interested in, I would cultivate that and build a mentoring relationship.
Awesome. So thank you everybody for sharing. I think everybody's perspective is right on. And the reason I asked this question is because we're in a very unique position as entrepreneurs to create opportunities for other people. Essentially, that's what entrepreneurship is about. But a lot of times when we think about success, there's many different definitions of success. And so your definition of success is personal. But a lot of success is really centered around how are you going to be able to help other people, right? It doesn't matter at the end of the day if you make it to the top of the mountain and then everybody else, and you're up there by yourself and everybody else is not there, where they haven't been able to grow. You haven't been able to invest in them, right? So a lot of our success could be centered around the fact that you were able to help other people see their goals. You were able to help other people actualize the things that they want and the visions that they have for themselves, and therefore you're a success. And when you do that, you begin to multiply entrepreneurship. So by you investing in someone else's interests and their goals and in their life, you are multiplying entrepreneurship by allowing them the ability to grow and to stretch, and you being in position to be a resource for them. So I thought this was a really great concept, and one that I want you all to continue to think about. Like, I know first we have to put our own mask on and we have to save ourselves. But at the end of the day, once you save yourself, don't forget to think about the other people, right? Which is what this Mastermind Alliance is all about. So for me, like when it comes to helping others grow within my company, I have our guest is here. Actually, we haven't even, we got some stuff. I don't know, we're gonna switch up the agenda. But for me, helping other people grow within my company has tangibly looked like creating mentorship opportunities, has looked like me being able to provide space for them to move up into the business and move into other positions where they build upon leadership, right? Positioning people as leaders to lead different departments, to lead different activities, and also allowing them to share their creativity when we are working on initiatives. So I'm super adamant about helping other people grow because I'm all about like continuing to become my best self, but also racing towards the person that I'm going to become, right? So every day I am, actively moving towards this person that I want to meet, who I haven't become yet, but I have this vision of where I want to go. So yeah, there we are with that. Anybody have anything else to add before we move on? Sounds like we're good. All right, perfect. Okay, so a couple of things that I wanted to overview with you all just real quickly, like housekeeping stuff, right? So thank you to everybody who's already joined the app, but I actually realized that like most of y'all haven't joined the app. So you have the link to the mobile app, and it is something that isn't, you put it on your phone, whether it's Android or Apple phone, and you'll be able to create a profile. And there is where we house the content and the resources. So that is a part of your membership benefits. So you're going to want to make sure that you download that app. So you're going to go back into those emails. We'll send it out again to you. But I want to see you guys creating your profiles, coming into the app and being super active within the app. And start to build along this particular journey. Another thing is we have a Millionaire Mindset Book Club. In the app, when you get in the app, you'll see that we've made that announcement. So the first book, I want everybody to take a screenshot. You know, if you're not on your phone and you can screenshot this particular slide, so you have this information. We're going to have a book club. And then when we get onto our monthly masterminds, we're going to discuss the book. The first book we're going to do together is Built to Sell by John Willowlow. It's a great book. I did the Audible version of it. If you do Audible, you'll be able to get through it really quickly. It's not a very long book, but this book will put everything into perspective for you when it comes to grasping your mind around scaling a business and what that tangibly look like, right? So this is a great read. So go ahead, join in March. We're going to discuss this book. That's the app right there. And then also our in-person mastermind, we have moved the date. So first quarter, no in-person Miami mastermind. Instead, we're going to move that date to April 13th through the 15th. So if you want to mastermind with us in person, this is a 3-day experience, and you're invited to come to be a part of that. You do have to sign up for it. So talk to me offline if you want to secure your spot to be a part of that particular meetup in Miami. That is a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So any questions about this info? Now we good? Okay, perfect. All right, cool. So
Wait,
again,
question. I'm sorry. Danielle, you said we can take a screenshot. Where's the screenshot? Where can we?
If you have your phone, if you're not on your phone, what you can do is just take a picture of the screen.
I'm on my phone, but I don't see it. It's not on there.
So it's not an actual button. It's like the ghetto way. Like you just go like this.
No, I know, but I don't see where do I see the information?
You can't see the shared screen right now. You can't see
No.
anything.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm trying to do too many things at once. I apologize.
It's okay. Do you see it now? But either way, I can make sure you get this if you can't see anything that we're doing right now.
Yes, I got it.
You got it? Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, now can you screenshot?
Yes, ma'am, done.
Awesome. All right, and so here is the dates of all of our meetups for 2023, all the calendar situations that you can save on your calendar. So if you screenshotted this in January, delete that one because I updated all of these dates. So we've moved things. We've moved the second quarter and the third quarter mastermind to April and August, and then the fourth quarter stayed the same, December 7th. And that should say Ghana. So fourth quarter, December 7th through the 9th is actually in Accra, Ghana. We're going to West Africa. We're going to be planning a mastermind and investment tour. So if that's something that you want to be a part of, you got plenty of advance notice. Can't say I ain't tell you. So go ahead and get your passports together. Start thinking about the plans that you have to make, but we would love to have you there. And obviously, you're probably not going to come to Africa, all the way to Africa for 3 days. You're probably going to extend yourself. So I'm actually going to go for the month of December. So please go ahead and take a screenshot of these are the new dates, and any in-person masterminds that you want to come to, you do have to register and you have to connect with me offline. But all of the virtual masterminds is a part of your current membership, and you are able to attend these Zooms. Any questions? No? I bet. Okay, so I also want you to take a screenshot of this. This is the ultimate branding checklist, and this is what we were going to be going over, but I don't want to belabor the moment because our guest speaker is actually here. So screenshot this, and then we'll review this. If we have time at the end, we'll review this, and if not, then we'll just make sure we get it in another session. So this is your ultimate branding checklist. Okay, so screenshot that one. And then also, as we continue to move forward throughout the year, please get into the habit of joining our Zooms like a couple minutes early / on time, because we're going to start having guest presenters come on. And so that you get the full length of the presentations. What happens is it'll likely be 2 presentations. I'll present first, and then we'll have our presenter come on. But in the event that people are late and we're waiting, we lose time. So I don't want that to happen. I want you to get all of the information, all the value. So just make sure if you can, I'm going to turn the Zooms on like 6 minutes before we at the top of the hour. So you could just come on, leave your computer on, leave your screen off. And then at the top of the hour, we'll get started right away. So any questions, y'all? Y'all good? Okay, cool. All right. So I'm going to come back to this, but now we're going to introduce our presenter for tonight. So we have Kiarra Solomon, and she is the CEO and creative director of Right Click Agency, a full service digital marketing and advertising agency in Philadelphia. Kiarra has over 13 years of digital marketing and consulting experience with various businesses and organizations around the globe, and takes pride in specializing in helping to create digital marketing campaigns that amplify Black voices and faces throughout our now global marketplace. And she's also a mom of two amazing boys, George and Josiah. And I have known this young lady for a very long time. She's been in business, has been doing this for 13 years. I've been doing my thing for about 14. So we've been on the block and making things happen. And so this is someone that I personally know, someone that I can personally vouch for. And so the presenters that I'm bringing on to you for each mastermind is someone that I've actually done business with, someone that I actually have seen their receipts and can vouch for. And her work has been amazing throughout the years. The fact that she amplifies Black voices, we connected in that space, you know, and have been diligently working together in collaboration through a number of different organizations and opportunities throughout the year. So I'm super excited to have her here with you all. So without further ado, let's give her a warm welcome to the call. I'm going to stop sharing my screen now.
Hello.
Hi, you guys. Hi, everybody. All right, so I want to do some quick introductions, and then to make sure that we have a really good audio, you guys, I'm gonna plug in my microphone. So if while I'm going through the presentation, if you have I am gonna say questions at the end, but if you have a question, you could just type it in the chat. That way you don't forget it, and then I'll be able to come back to it later. But I want to plug in my microphone because, as Danielle said, I have two boys. They big, rambunctious, loud boys. So I don't want y'all to necessarily hear all the stuff that's going on in the background. So thank you so much, Danielle, for having me this evening.
Thanks for coming through.
Here. Yeah, I'm very excited about my presentation too. I was just looking at it like, okay, this is good stuff. So I'm excited. So just give me 1 second, you guys, to plug in my microphone and to pull up my screen, and then I'll go ahead and get started.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I know that feeling too. When like you putting in that work on the presentation and then it's like, oh, this is going to be great. I love this.
Right, looking at it like
a lot of fun. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can you guys hear me okay now?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right, and I think I have. Oh, Danielle, can you give me access to share my screen?
Okay.
So welcome to my list building masterclass. I did customize this presentation a little bit to just fit where Danielle told me that you guys were. I do want to preface this by saying I'm going to give a lot of background information just so I can make sure that you guys are all working with the same information, right? Because I know you guys all have different businesses. Everyone is coming from different starting points. So I'm going to do a little bit of background and just bring you guys up to what I would consider the Right Click Agency standards and how we teach list building and how we teach online marketing in general, okay? So who is this presentation for? First and foremost, if you are somebody who has been struggling to develop a plan to grow your followers that actually works, you try to get in like 5 followers every 6 months, this is going to help you. If you're trying to establish yourself as a leader in your industry and you want to get more likes, comments, and most of all, conversions into actual customers, this is going to help you. And if you've been struggling to show up online consistently because you really don't know what to say or what to post so that people see you as the expert, then this is going to help you. I really focus on giving people real solutions. And that's one of the things I'm going to kind of iterate a lot for you guys tonight is don't dismiss the solution because of the simplicity. Understand that when it comes to marketing and marketing online, the most important thing is consistency and building over time, right? Okay. So if you're looking for somebody if you're somebody who's looking for guaranteed results without putting in the work, this is not going to work for you. Have a good evening. If you're someone who wants instant results without putting in the work, this is also not going to work for you. I talk to a lot of people who are looking for instant results without putting in the work. They're like, can you guarantee solutions? Can you guarantee I'm going to get I'm operating those words don't really exist in my vocabulary. So if that's you, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to help you tonight. And if you're looking for an option where you don't have to do any work, I hear a lot of people saying that, like, I was looking for somebody to do everything for me. Yeah, this is not going to work for you either. And I wish you much success and blessings in your future. But I do want to tell you that in order to grow a strong presence online, right? A strong online presence for your business, you are going to have to put in a lot of work. Even if you're at the point where you're hiring somebody to do your marketing, you're hiring somebody to do any of these other things for you, they are not the expert in your industry or in your field, and they are also not the expert in your business. So if you are under any idea that you don't have to bring something to the table, or if somebody ever tells you that, like, we're going to do everything for you, you don't got to tell us nothing, they're not going to truly build a brand that is based on your vision and what you want, because they're going to need something from you. Okay. So now that we got that out of the way, I think the next slide was actually about the Right Click Agency. I was going to skip over that a little bit too, because Danielle told you guys a little bit about me, but this is the slide about me and our agency. As she said, I have over 13 years of experience in marketing. It's so crazy to say that sometimes. Like, I feel like I'm 13 years old, maybe 15 on a good day. So I'm not quite sure how I've been doing this long, but I've worked with literally countless business and organizations, from small businesses, local small-owned businesses, to national and international organizations. So really, people come to me and they're like, do you have any experience working with this kind of business? Do you have any experience working with this kind of business? For me as a marketer, when it comes down to it, there are typically 2, maybe 3, depending on how I'm feeling, types of businesses. And that's going to be product-based businesses, service-based businesses, and nonprofit organizations, right? So you're generally going to fall into one of those categories. And when we're talking about that, I have experience working with all of those businesses. So the appeal of social media, when it comes to social media marketing and advertising, there are so few barriers to entry for new and small businesses, right? And so a lot of times social media becomes really the most appealing option for many people when it comes to how am I going to market my business, right? However, many business owners really do fail to leverage social media to truly build the online platform that they're looking for. So what does that platform look like? One that positions you like an expert and truly shows you as the leader, right? Who has valuable information and resources to share with your audience. A brand that has a community that is filled with people who trust and value your expertise and actually buy your products and services, right? Not just people that like your stuff and say, girl, you look cute in that picture, but actually make purchases from you. And then professional and appealing content that looks amazing, stands out, and is valuable to your audience, so that it constantly and consistently is attracting new followers and new connections into your audience, right? Well, all of you guys agree, just by a show of hands, that this is the type of brand that you are aiming to build online? But instead, many people struggle to grow their followers and attract the online attention they deserve, and to actually be recognized as an expert in their industry, right? Many people struggle. I hate this complaint. It's like one of the biggest complaints that I hear, but people say it all the time, and it just really grinds my gears. Don't nobody support my business. If I was a celebrity, y'all would be supporting celebrities such and such and such and such, but y'all not supporting me. That's the cry of somebody who has struggled to build an online community of loyal and engaged fans who want to buy from you and refer you to people, right? Like, hey, check out my friend over here that I worked this from. People who do got engaged community, they not saying that. I be very quiet when people are making those comments because I don't feel that way. And also, you struggle to show up consistently. And this is oftentimes the root cause. A lot of times, I want to say this, we're not going to talk about content too much today, but oftentimes the root cause of failure to produce results in these other areas comes from your struggle to show up consistently and consistently publish content that is valuable to your audience so that you can turn those people who follow you into actual customers. Okay. So why does this matter? Because whether you like it or not, there really is a secret sauce to people who market effectively online. And the proof is really in the pudding, right? If it wasn't, there would not be a gap of people that you and I admire online who always have sold out new launches, whether they're selling clothes or whether they're selling ebooks, whatever it is. You guys know who they are, right? The My Leaks, where I love when Curlbox used to sell out every month. It was a waiting list. I don't know if you guys remember those days, but that's really how My Leak Teal grew to fame with Curlbox, or Mia Ray with the Glamaholic lifestyle and her Glamaholic bags, or any of the other celebrities that you follow online who are always selling out. One of my favorites, Telfar, right, of their products and services. They have the secret sauce. We want it. They got it. We trying to figure out what is it? What is the sauce, right? So in my 13 plus years of working with businesses, working with brands, and really trying to develop something that can be systemized for our clients to help our clients more, now I won't say guarantee, but more than likely guarantee that they're going to produce results over time, we wanted to create a systemized process, right? And so what we have found is that brands that make money online, they really incorporate 3 core components into their marketing strategy. This is super important. Danielle was talking about screenshotting pages. This is definitely one you want to screenshot because these are the 3 core components that you need to have a bankable brand, what I consider to be a brand that is eligible to generate income online, right? And those 3 components are online credibility, online community, and an online content plan. Today, we're going to focus the majority of what we talk about on community, right? Because Danielle wanted you guys to be able to walk away with some tangible things that you can use to actually start to build your community. But I want you to know that if you are missing any of these 3 things, it is probably an indicator, or it's the indication that your sales are not where they need to be. Right? So let's say you got a product that's $1,000 and you're trying to figure out how come you cannot consistently sell or meet your sales goal for this product every month, right? I can almost guarantee it's because you are lacking in one of these 3 areas. So let's talk about it. What is online credibility? Well, there are a couple things that make up your online credibility and why it's important. And it can be a variety of things. Typically, this is the information that people are going to find when they do their initial search for you or a business like you online, right? So I often give the example, let's say you want to get some sort of liposuction or something like that, what they call it, surgery, but not I can't think of a word right now. Why is it failing me? Anyway, you want to have some sort of procedure done, okay? Let's say it's a dental procedure. Let's make that more across the board. I just took my youngest son to the dentist today. So you want to get a dental procedure done, you go online and you're searching and you come across a dentist office that has a picture of the dentist office online and they have a website with, one page, their hours or whatever like that. But it's 3 a.m, your tooth is bothering you. There's no contact information. Their Instagram page is some pictures of the dental office, but it's mostly pictures of what they be eating for lunch, what they had on, their kids, and the last vacation that they took. That's the overwhelming majority of the content that's on the page. And there's no contact information. So you can't, or there's a phone number which you can call in the morning. And then you go to another page and they have a really nice Instagram profile. They're showing before and afters with happy smiling customers all up and down the Instagram page. on their Instagram page, there's a link that connects to all of their other social media platforms. When you get there, you end up on their Google page. They have some Google reviews that are already there on their Google page. You can see images of the inside and the outside of the establishment. You can go to the website, and all of this stuff is connected, right? And to top it all off, there's a form you can fill out where they will contact you when somebody comes into the office. Which one you going to go with? Most likely, right? A or B? Most likely, most people will say B. I know me, like when it comes to my dentist, I'm not really going to the rinky-dink place, even if the prices is low. I want to make sure that my smile is still looking beautiful when I come about that place. So I would more than likely select B. So your online credibility, again, is the information that people can find about you when they're doing their initial search, but it is also how convincing your overall profile is. And this does not necessarily have to be initially, it can be over time, that you can perform whatever service or results you claim to be able to perform. That's really what people are deciding when they look at you online. And a lot of people will say, oh, well, people shouldn't judge me by the fact that I only have 2,000 followers, or people shouldn't judge me by the fact that, I just got started in my business. But like it or not, people do make decisions based on how you look, based on how your profile looks, based on how your business is represented online. And so we're not talking about what's fair, we're talking about what's right. And again, what's that secret sauce that's going to attract your clients and customers to you. I'm going to move along because I got to get through. So the next thing is your community. This is where we're really going to focus, but this is super important because your online community has given you permission to contact them. This is the number one thing that I really, it sometimes like really puzzles me why people don't focus on building community much sooner in their business, because people who have given you permission to contact them are also the warmest leads, meaning they are most likely to buy from you within your next sales cycle. Typically, no matter what type of business you have, you're either in a 30 to 90 day or longer if you have a higher ticket product sales cycle. That means, generally speaking, when somebody meets you, they're not going to buy from you until at least 31 days of knowing you. I know that the social media gurus make y'all think that people find you and buy from you immediately. And sometimes that might happen. That's a great thing. We love to see it. But the majority of people who purchase from you are going to want to get to know you. And the way that they get to know you is by joining your online community. The next part of this is your content plan. And this is super important because it allows you to be consistent and show up effortlessly. It allows you to create intentional call to actions, quality and well thought out photos and videos, not pictures of your food, of your cat, which you was just doing, or going on Canva real quick and making something up in the morning to say Happy Martin Luther King Day, okay? Because you forgot it was Martin Luther King Day. So being consistent, showing up so that you get the results that you really want. And then it helps you to really optimize your time and resources so that you get more stuff done. Many of us are balancing, multiple roles and responsibilities. And so you don't have an endless amount of time to create content. You don't have an endless amount of time to really plan out your marketing calendar. When you really work from a content plan, and maybe Danielle will let me come back because I have this system. I love teaching people about how to batch content in like 4 hours. It's so fun. Batch all of your content for a whole month in 4 hours or less. But yes, it helps you to optimize your time and get more done, right? So you're not worried about what am I posting on social media. You know that your content calendar is getting, and I'm not going to lie, that's such a feeling of relief to wake up and look at your business's content calendar and know your marketing is already done for the month. Like that's, wow, amazing. So our process, like I said, we spend a lot of time trying to systemize a process. It focuses on 3 core areas, which I just went over to you. I want to give you guys some reasons why community communities matter in case you aren't already convinced. And then we're going to get into like actually some hands-on stuff in the last few minutes of this. So people who join your community, they are already on your customer journey, right? They've already started. If you got any semblance of an email list, even if you haven't contacted those people in a very long time, they already have taken the first step to becoming a customer with you. So you want to continue to drive them on that journey. Too many business owners spend a lot of time focusing on getting people who are kind of sitting on the sidelines, waiting in the rafters, instead of focusing on the people who have already said they're interested in you. Your community also is going to give you a clearer picture of your best ideal client. And what I mean by this is a lot of times when you start out in your business, you may have a very broad picture of what your ideal client is. But as more and more people say yes to your offer, say yes to your lead magnet, say yes to connecting with you, that should help you refine who you are truly connecting with, who you are truly resonating with, right? And it should also help you to refine your solutions so that you give them more of what they're actually looking for. A perfect example is me. My very first presentation about online marketing did not look like this, right? But as I understood more and more what people wanted and what more and more what people are looking for, it became easier for me to speak to that. And so now, you know, some of you may say, oh my gosh, she's saying exactly what I've been thinking, right? Because I've listened a lot to my ideal client to be able to hear what their issues are. Does that make sense? They also have given you permission to contact them. Now, you don't want to be the stalker boyfriend that texts every 20 minutes after getting the phone number for the first 24 hours. But if somebody gives you their number, it's only one male on here, but he already know it's your job to initiate contact, okay? It's your job to follow up. You cannot expect her to go out on a date with you if you're not asking her to come on a date with you. So you have to contact these people, right? And so many times I hear from people, I don't want to bother my email list. You don't want to bother them. You don't want to bother them. Fashion Nova sends out all kinds of, they be bothering me, okay? They be bothering me with their ratchetness. But I don't unsubscribe. You know why? Because I'm looking for that 40% off that they sent out today for President's Day. I'm not mad at the context of their emails. All I care about is the coupon code, okay? All I care about is the coupon code. And you need to get to that point with your followers and subscribers as well, where they are ignoring the stuff that they don't really care for, but they are connecting because you have something that they want. Does that make sense? They're the lowest hanging fruit. Fashion Nova could spend millions of dollars, and in fact, they do, on marketing online, on YouTube, on Instagram, on social media, but they still spend a lot of time marketing via text message and email messages, and that's because those people are the lowest hanging fruit. And then finally, your early adopters are your most loyal customers, and you should not neglect them. They're going to give you all the information that you need. They're also going to be your biggest, most raving fans, right? And oftentimes they will be with you for the longest. The people who honestly started supporting me in the beginning of my business, because I'm gonna be honest, y'all may not be willing to admit this, but in the beginning phases of your business, you really be very ratchet, very ghetto, not really to the point that you think you are. So those people that support you at that phase, they see the vision, you know, when you putting stickers on your creams and your soap yourself, and they still buying it, even though the sticker is lumpy. Those is the ones, you understand? When the layout, the leave out wasn't flat all the way at the top, but she still came back and let you do that weave again. Yeah, she really was messing with you. So you have to be consistently giving value and, you know, showing love to the people who supported you in the beginning, because those are the people who will often be with your business the most and will most appreciate the growth that you go through in your business. Why do communities fail? This is so important, you guys. The 3 reasons why they fail. Number 1, you are only focused on content that matters to you and not your audience. Don't be one of those people that say, I want to make reels that I like. I want to make stuff that I like. because nobody cares what you like. People are not following you on social media because they care what you like. They're following you on social media because they like what you like. Does that make sense? Let me say that again. They feel like they like what you like. They like what you post. And so what the best way for you to continue to grow your audience is to create more content that your audience likes. If your audience likes to see behind the scenes, I noticed recently, Jeter, you've been doing like more just stuff with you out, like showing off your body more, you know, being more of a three-dimensional person as opposed to only talking about business and stuff online. And people might say like, oh, I don't want to post about my personal life. I don't want to post me online. But if your followers like being in your business, and that's gonna help improve your engagement and your algorithm. Be selective about the business that you share with your audience, but if they want that from you, you can't limit that because it's gonna keep your community small. Does that make sense?
Right.
You fail to show up consistently enough to build enough credibility. So I said this in the beginning, but this is something that I've learned from actually being in business. And people will often come to me and say, I've been following you for so long, girl. And I remember when you did, and now I'm ready 5, 6, 3, 4, however many years later, they're finally ready to buy, right? Mm-hmm. And I see, I don't know, this person in the yellow shirt all the way at the bottom looking like, oh Lord, right? That's how I used to feel when they used to come, like, oh my gosh. But sometimes that's how long it takes a person to decide whether or not they can trust that you really could do what you said you could do. Sometimes that's how long it takes a person to decide, do I want to give you my 800, 500, 3,000, however much money to do whatever it is that you need to do. And I might say, because I'm in this particular business and I have that exchange of money often, that's not a big deal to me. That's not a big deal for somebody to spend $1,500. Like, it's such a small thing. But for somebody who has never experienced that before, somebody who has never done that before, it is a big thing to them. And it's even bigger when they know you. And this is the other reason why you need to focus on building communities that extend outside of your local family and friends network, because people that know you are often the hardest to convince to buy from you, okay? And then you fail to contact the lead enough to build relationships. So that's just following up with text messages and all of that other stuff. Okay, I'm gonna skip through this because like I said, I customized this a little bit. This is important that email marketing is 40 times more effective than any other form of online marketing, including social media marketing and ad campaigns. This is why it's used, okay? So I'm gonna give you some resources right here. You guys can screenshot this for really good resources. Really Good Emails is a place that I go to get inspiration. They have literally compiled all of the emails in like literally almost any industry. So you can go see any emails that have been sent out and get inspiration for what other people are doing that may work for you. People always ask me what is the best email service. So I recommend ActiveCampaign. If you use this link, you'll get a free 2-week trial. They, to me, are the easiest to use. I want to say this though, before I continue. I don't care which email system you use. I want you to use an email system. I want you to get started. Pick the one that you like the best and use that one. The one that's most affordable, most user-friendly. You heard about it before. Your sister said it's nice. Use that one. But if you need a recommendation, ActiveCampaign gives you a free 2-week trial. You do not have to give them a credit card so that you can see if you like it and see all of the features. Once you get started with them, if you have under 1,000 subscribers, I think the base price is like $16 a month. So it's very affordable for businesses who don't have big budgets. If you're looking for a all-on, what did I do? Sorry, you guys. If you're looking for a full-on CRM, something where you can manage sales, create products, you can also plan ads and marketing through it and a variety of other things, send out text messaging. Funnel Gorgeous is the one that I found that literally does the most stuff and is the easiest to use. And they have it's just phenomenal. It's not very much talked about, but it is very easy to use. You can literally manage your Facebook, Instagram, and Google dashboard from inside, and it's like $100 a month. They don't give you a free trial. They used to, but they got a lot of videos. So if you want to learn anything about it, definitely check them out. And for people who say that they struggle to write emails, I send out emails because I don't be knowing what to say. If that's you, I'm sure you guys have heard about the new AI chat, what's it called? Chat GPT, but there's something a little bit similar but different called Jasper AI, which is a copywriting system. And if you or somebody, you or someone that you admire, somebody that you want to sound like, has any sort of content on the internet, Jasper will find it and integrate it. It learns how to write better for you. And if you use this link, you get 10,000 free words. So you can try it out, see how it works for you. It doesn't just do emails. It does a bunch of other stuff, blog posts, a bunch of other things. All right. I know I'm a little bit over, huh, Jeter? Can I get like 10 more minutes?
Oh, you're good. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So everything starts with mindset. This is the thing I want you guys to keep in mind. So if you go into it and say, this is going to be so hard to get people to build my email list, join my email list, then that's exactly right. It's going to be so hard to get people to join your email list. If you say building my email list is easy and fun, guess what? Then building your email list will be easy and fun. Okay. So whatever you say, that's what you're going to get. Set goals for your list every single day. The goal that I tell people to start out with is 5 people a day. That makes it very easy, very measurable. If you do 5 people a day, Monday through Friday, there's 25 people on your email list every single week, right? Which is about 100 people a month, which is about 1,200 people in a year. And if you got 100 new leads a month, somebody just tell me, like, how many of your products and services do you want to sell every month? 10, 20?
3.
How many?
3.
Okay. I don't know what you said. 3. So if you get 100 new leads a month, can you sell 3 every month? Absolutely. I can sell them my husband. Put me in a room with 100 people. I'm leaving. I'm like that Denzel meme. I'm leaving here with some. You can buy some. Okay. So take actions every day to build your community. That means get out there, tell people about it, try out more than one thing, and take actions every day to add value to your community. Don't take for granted the people, even if it's a small number of people who join your group, join your email list, don't take those people for granted. You know, to Danielle's point, your 3 might be in their group of 10, the first 10 that join. Your 3 might be in their first group of 5. So don't think because you have a small number that number is not important. All right, so let's talk about it. Sales funnel. This is what you guys want to know about. Everybody wants to talk about sales funnel, but really all a sales funnel is the automated process. The automated process that a business is using to sell their products and services. So the internet, as they do with everything, has truly complicated the idea of sales funnels, right? And they've made you think that it has to be like all of these. I was looking for this book I thought I had here. It has made you feel like it has to be all of these different levels of products and services and offers and double back offers and triple third offers. And it can be, but in its most simplistic form, a sales funnel is just the automated process that you use to attract new leads and new customers to your business. Okay. And I want to keep in mind that what I said before stands true for building out your sales funnel. I don't have any affinity to any particular software or system. I want a software system that you can use that's going to actually get you an end result. So if you go by ClickFunnels, Entreport, Infusionsoft, Funnel Gorgeous, with some ConvertKit, Kajabi, Klaviyo, MailerLite, I don't care. Whatever works, okay? Whatever you can afford and use and do use to build out your sales funnel, okay? a strong, I say community building and list strategy building. I'm going to use those interchangeably probably throughout the rest of this presentation, because to me, they are the same thing. So a strong strategy is going to have all of these elements, a product or service that you ultimately want people to buy. But this is not the focus of your strategy. And this is where a lot of people make a mistake, because all they talk about is the product or service that they want people to buy. Also, you have to have the technology, which is the software, the system, the landing pages that live alone and speak to each other. There are a lot of different ways that you could connect all of this stuff. You also have to have the lead magnet or the freebie to attract new people. That's the most important thing. Without that, you won't get anybody in your community. Nobody wants to subscribe to your email list for updates anymore. And you have to have content for your social media to drive traffic to your lead magnet, because the way that you remind people that you have something that can help them is by talking about the things that they're interested in and helping them to see solutions for their problems. Everybody wants to know about ad campaigns. Can I put my sales funnel on ads? How do I do it? Tell me about Facebook and Instagram ads. All of those things that I just talked about have to be set up before you even talk about doing ad campaigns. Organic results must be positive before you turn on any sort of ad campaigns. All of the tech issues should be resolved and troubleshooted. So that means that you should have used it for some time prior to trying to run ad campaigns on it, and you're testing out to see any sort of issues that may arise. And your offer should actually have sold. So you should have your sales funnel on long enough, but prior to running ads to it, to have had people to go through your entire customer journey from your lead magnet to whatever it is, and have actually made a purchase from you before you say, this is a good sales funnel to put on an ad campaign. Because if you don't, there's a huge likelihood that you're going to be wasting money. And if you have never run any sort of ad campaigns before, if you don't work with the right click agency and the people that you work with don't tell you this, or you are doing it yourself, never ever turn on any ads that run directly to your product first. Your first ad campaign should be brand awareness campaigns, engagement campaigns, or lead campaigns. They should not be campaigns directly to your checkout cart, because we don't know you like that. So when you're going through the sales funnel, these are the 4 phases, right? Awareness is making your audience aware that your business and your solution exists, right? So this is the content that you want to oftentimes use for ad campaigns. This is also the content that will not only encourage people to like and follow you, but possibly download a lead magnet, something else that can help them. Credit repair is such a popular example right now. And I'm sure you guys have seen, like, download my list of banks where you could get $5,000 in instant business credit, right? So that sort of concept. But you want to make sure that any content that you are using to raise awareness is not just, hi, I'm here, that you're always inviting people to connect with you further. Right. So if this was helpful to you, not just a follow, but something that will give you permission to contact them. Right. Even when people are like, click the link in my bio to check it out. No, I want you to DM me or send me a message and tell me that you're interested, so that I can continue to follow up with you if you truly are interested. So just always keep that in mind, that you don't want to really put any content out there that puts the onus on the viewer to follow up with you, because then they have to remember your Instagram profile, remember what your name was, remember what the link was, all of those things you want to get from them up front. Education can be about a lot of different things. It can be about informing them about your solution or the unique way that you solve their problem. It can be about your industry, especially if this is like a new solution or something like that. Or it could also be about the life they could live after buying from you, right? So take waist trainers or shapers, right? And it's like, girl, let me put this shaper on and show you what this can do, right? That's me educating you on what your life looks like after you buy this shaper. So spend time most of your content should actually fall into the education and social proof areas of the funnel, and you should alternate. I really want to, maybe in a couple weeks when y'all are ready, Danielle, come back and teach this content part. But you should alternate between your education and your social proof. So social proof does not necessarily just have to be customer testimonials or before and afters. It can also be you showing you doing the work, right? This is a website I'm working on right now for my new client. Let me show you guys. Or this is a cake I'm baking right now for my client. Let me show you guys. Bringing people behind the scenes and giving them evidence-based results that you are the expert. It's not just showing the final product, it's also showing the process. Your sales should honestly be 20% or less of the content that you share on a day-to-day basis. If you do all of the other stuff correctly, you should not have to offer a lot of sales. Your sales are really just reminders to people that you have products and services for sale off also. If you're doing a good job with your awareness, your education, your social proof, then you are in fact positioning yourself, and you'll find that people will start to see you as the expert and come to you for those types of solutions. All of this is tied together with automation, and this is where you free yourself from the process and truly build the community that you're looking for, because these are the things that you want to build without having to remember, right? Because when your audience gets to a certain size, you're not going to be able to manually follow up with every single person that purchases from you or joins your Facebook group or something along those lines. So you want to set up automations for any lead magnets and products that you have. Depending on where you are in your business, and I do want to hear from you guys about like what types of businesses you have, so I can give you like more specified examples and stuff. But certain products or services, like if they even go and view it, you might want to send a reminder. Fashion Nova does that all the time. Like, you added this to your cart. This dress is about to sell out. All of these recommendations that I made for CRMs and email marketing systems, when they are set up and connected to your website, you guys, most of these systems do these things for you. You just have to set up the triggers and the reminder and have the technology configured properly so that it will do it for you. Okay. Birthdays or special anniversaries, reminders such as get your refill, your next appointment, or it's time to file your taxes, depending on what it is that you offer. All right, so let's use the example of a lead magnet. This is really what I designed this for. So you have an amazing lead magnet, and I do have an ebook that kind of expounds on all of this stuff a little bit more, and I believe it has some examples of lead magnets in there. But depending on your industry, a lead magnet is a webinar, a coupon code, free shipping is a lead magnet, a download, an ebook, a checklist, a spreadsheet, something that does it for you, how-to guide, all of those sorts of things can be considered lead magnets. I know right now people seem to be like, oh, I don't care, but you want to make your lead magnet really good, okay? Like, think about how few people have really good, where you like, oh, I want to download this. Oh, let me get that, right? So you want to make it really good. None of us are the only one in our industry at this time. So it's important that you do things that stand out and you really think about ways to solve your consumers' problems. But your lead magnet should not solve the problem. Your lead magnet should tell about how they could or why they should solve the problem. It's not gonna solve the problem for them. It's gonna tell them, just like I did for you guys today. I gave y'all a bunch of good information, but I did not solve your problem for you. I told you how you could and why you should solve your problem. Does that make sense? Okay, so just think about that, because a lot of people, when they give out lead magnets, they solve the whole problem. And if you solve your lead's problem in the lead magnet, what happens? They don't need you no more. That's the end of the customer journey. You gave your product away for free. You understand? So we want to make sure that we continue to entice people along the journey, okay? But once we get them to say yes, this is how we continue to entice them along the journey. The first email is giving them the gift, whether it's the coupon code or the free download, whatever it is that you've given to them, and an option to upgrade, right? So you may say something along the lines of, thank you so much for downloading my free ebook. I have a great masterclass where I expound upon this even more, and I have it on sale right now for $49, $29. What if I took a lead magnet? Here's something for you. If I took a lead magnet and sold that, give that lead magnet away for free, and then I sell a $25 product to the people who sign up. Now I'm growing my email list by 5 people a day. And let's say just 2 people a day are buying it out of the 5 people who are coming. So I'm getting 10 sales a week of my $25 product, which is making me an additional $250 a week, which is making me an additional $1,000 a month. And I'm selling a $25 product. This is why your community matters, because everybody is not ready to buy a $1,000 product. But will I buy a $25 product from you to see how I feel about you? Absolutely. Sure. That's not a problem. So you want to be strategic. Give them an option to upgrade. The second email, you want to remind them. Maybe you put a time limit on the option to upgrade, 24 hours, 7 days. Entice them to go ahead and take advantage of this. The second email, you want to give them a success story, somebody that you have worked with you've been able to help get the results that they are hoping to get as well. So I wanted to remind you, if you didn't already get a chance to download my ebook, here's the link again to go download it. I'm not sure if you saw my last email, but I did give you an offer to upgrade and get this free course this course for just $25. You still have time to do that until day. Also, I wanted to introduce you to Brittany. Brittany has been working with me for this amount of time, and she's been able to do Here's Brittany's story. It's not all about my service. It's not all about my product. It's about helping them to see how I can serve them. The next email, you want to tell them your why. This is if you have now, because when you meet a guy, our guy dropped off. When you meet a guy, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I don't really be wanting to know about your life story off the rip. Like, don't tell me about, all the stuff that you've been through. I do care, just not right now. I want to know, is there even any sort of compatibility between us before you start dumping all your problems and childhood trauma into my life, okay? Telling me all your baggage. So now you're going to tell them your why. Why did you get started? Why are you so passionate about helping people like them? Why do you even care? And you want to make it more than just about you, right? And really give people a true passionate story of why this is important for you to help people in their situation, and then invite them to connect with you further if they're not already a part of your group. If you have a private Facebook or LinkedIn group that they can join, if you have a Patreon or OnlyFans that they can subscribe to for $10 a month to get additional content, if you're offering subscriptions on Instagram, offer them a place to get around other people. I strongly could suggest that you do, if you don't already have a group on Facebook or even LinkedIn. Is super important just for the future of where Meta and the metaverse is going and how they're going to allow us to connect with people in general. But you need to have a place where people can convene, because the more they get together, the more they will be excited about remembering that you're the person that brought them together, right? Oh, we're only here because of Danielle. I remember when I met you in Danielle's group 6 years ago, right? Now I got to bring Danielle to my wedding, that sort of thing. So you want to and give them an invite to connect with you, and share your excitement. Invite them to share their excitement. So if they have made a purchase from you, they're expecting a delivery, they just signed up for something, tell them to hashtag it on Twitter, tell them to post it on Instagram or something like that, to be able to get a discount on their next purchase, to be able to be entered to win this month's copy of whatever the Millionaire Mastermind book is, whatever the situation is, but something to encourage excitement online and engagement with other people. And then the fourth email is to ask for their feedback. This is where you want to really make it known to your audience member that you're interested in hearing from them about how you can serve them. So you can ask for their feedback or advice on something that you have going on, ask how you can help them, or my personal favorite, invite them to get on a call with you. Especially if you have a service-based business, you definitely will need to have consultations or phone calls as a part of your strategy. And then the final part that is super important, guys, is maintaining the relationship. So in order to do that, you need to have a consistent communication schedule, not just for showing up on social media, but for any sort of content that you're creating that's for your community. And then you need to make sure that you are adding valuable content that your audience needs. So again, it should not just be about your product and service. It should be news and trending topics, resources and events that they can attend, and other basic but valuable information and content. It doesn't, a lot of people overcomplicate sending out emails. Emails can be, did you know this webinar was happening for people who are looking for grants in your industry? Did you know this was going on this day? Did you know? Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be dependent all on you. And I think that a lot of times that's a disservice that so many business owners do to their community and making their communications only about them, especially if you're somebody who's very resourceful, right? If you know a lot of different stuff that will help your audience, be willing to help your audience, because that will build relationship and build rapport with them. Okay, so this is the link to download my free ebook. It is 5 things every business owner needs to know about automation. It goes a lot more in depth. It's like 25 pages of small ass print. It talks very detailed about all the different things that you need. It is an older ebook, but I went through it today and all of the content is relevant, although some of the links might not be relevant anymore, like links to schedule a call with us or anything. I'm not really concerned about that. More so concerned that you guys get the information. So I wanted to come and bring that. And that's it. I do know I'm over. I apologize for that, but I want to, hopefully it was valuable, and I want to answer any questions that you guys might have. Let me see in the chat.
I dropped 2 questions so far in the chat to get us started.
Yes. So online communities, I did kind of go over that, but some of the types of online communities, first of all, the most important online community you can build is your email list or text message list, right? That's the most important one, because that's the one that you have direct contact information for. If you go download that ebook from me today, you'll see that I asked for your email address and your phone number, because I want to be able to do both. Right. So I have a client who asks for mailing addresses for every single contact form. It's so annoying, but she does that because she does actually send out real mail. Like for Valentine's Day, she sends out Valentine's candy bars to all of her email subscribers or whatever. So if that's something that you want to do, you may also want to ask for mailing information. But the most important community that you need to be focused to build online is your email list / text message list. Then groups are the next, in my opinion, most important. And I kind of touched on this, but 5 years ago, Mark Zuckerberg said his plan was to make Facebook and Instagram be completely video. And if y'all haven't noticed, it's like 99% there. Mm-hmm. So the next phase and what he started to roll out with the introduction of the metaverse is us actually meeting in meta communities. And where do you think those communities are going to live? Inside of the groups that we all are creating, which is why Facebook during the pandemic and since then has spent really a lot of money on even television commercials, bus ads, all kinds of stuff to promote groups and people really connecting with people that they have things in common with. So it is important to build your online groups. There are a lot of features that Facebook has rolled out just in the last year itself with things you can do inside of groups in terms of offering educational information. You can create chapters, really like coursework inside inside of there that people have to do, community chats for your messengers. So like it'll be a big chat feature where you can chat with people inside of their messenger, live streaming inside of the group, webinars inside of the group, really a variety of resources. So if you aren't already, I have 2 main Facebook communities that I'm building right now. If you're not already doing that, that's definitely a huge priority. If you're in the B2C industry, it might be a little bit easier to do that on Facebook. If you're in the B2B industry, it might be easier for you to do that on LinkedIn. But either way, you should be building a online community on one of those platforms, an online group on one of those platforms. And then there are like the paid communities where people, you know, they have to give the platform their email, phone number, but they are actually doing a subscription and paying you for access to private information, like Patreon or OnlyFans. I know that OnlyFans went really viral for like the explicit content, but people go or on OnlyFans and share all kinds of stuff. Also, YouTube has subscriptions and Instagram is now offering subscriptions too. So those are the most prominent ways. Also meetup groups, but meetup groups, in my opinion, are kind of a hybrid, right? Because when the pandemic started, a lot of the meetup.com people started doing like Zoom and virtual meetups, and people are still kind of hanging on to that. But it was initially designed for people to create in-person meetups and actually meet from there, but it still can be valuable depending on what type of online community, what the goals are for your online community and what you're selling, right? Who your audience is. So let's say y'all like collectibles or something like that. A meetup.com might be better if y'all got to meet up and share your teacup collection versus, you know, people who are selling products online.
What's your take on, I see a lot of people building like these huge WhatsApp groups, like especially like crossing, you know, different continents and different countries. Like, what's your take on that?
I think that's, you know, it's really cool, especially because Meta owns WhatsApp, right? So you can actually integrate WhatsApp into your business profiles. And then I use WhatsApp exactly for that, to communicate with people overseas. So if that's a part of your business already, you're already, you know, having those sort of communications is definitely an added bonus. And then I would, again, just go back and say integrate it, really go through all of the, if you go to business.facebook.com, they have a lot of tutorials about all of their features, and you can actually subscribe to they have a creator email list where they will email you different updates and things that are going on. So that's a great place to start for just some of the features that are rolling out to be used and kind of configure all of those things together. But yeah, anything that allows you to communicate directly with people, I'm all for it, because even building your following online is great for the visibility in terms of how it appears to people who come to your profile. But on a day-to-day marketing, from a day-to-day marketing perspective, you know, regardless of what they say, only 1% to 2% of the people who follow you actually see the content that you share daily. So I have 12,000 followers. That means 120 people see my stuff, and you go scroll through right now. Yep, 120 people. That's the number of likes and comments and all of that kind of stuff. So, you know, unless you are consistently spending money, which I don't necessarily see a downside to that. You just have to have all of the right things in place to make that effective, right? And that's why I said some of the things that I said. You can totally spend money on advertising and get your stuff in front of more people, make sure more people are seeing your content. It, in my opinion, should be the brand awareness content, the educational content, the lead generation content. And you should ensure that all of those things are set up in advance so that you actually are getting the most bang for your buck when you're using those ad campaigns.
Anybody else got any other questions, any feedback?
I want some feedback. Like, did y'all think it was good? I know I got a lot of jokes. I just like to keep the information light because it can be a lot of information. So I know it can be overwhelming to digest sometimes.
I appreciated the integration of like, yeah, I was going to say, I appreciated the integration of like pop culture references, even things that are just popping up right now on social media. So that was really nice.
Thank you.
I wanted to say I love your energy. I just have to push my kid away from now.
Know the feeling. I can relate.
I was making faces because what you were saying was so true.
I wasn't offended. It's funny because it's like I can see some people you can tell when they're like, girl, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I don't know. I think I might have missed it, but when you were talking about the online credibility, this was like very beginning. There was an acronym KLT factor.
Yes, the know, like, and trust factor.
Oh,
so I didn't really dive into that, but that's very important because there's a book. I was actually looking for another book which I want to recommend to you guys called Launch by Jeff Walker. And Jeff Walker is literally the grandfather of online launches, online sales ads, online sales funnels. Like he taught all the people that y'all love, Russell Brunson, and anybody that Russell Brunson taught, because Russell Brunson really made it popular and taught a whole lot of people, but he got it from Jeff Walker. And so in this book, he really breaks down the process of what he calls the sideways sales letter. But there's another book that was written by the son of the guy who wrote 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. It's called The Speed of Trust by Stephen R. Covey. And he says in this book, and it's very true, when trust is high, decisions are made quickly. But when trust is low, decisions take a little bit more time, right? Like if your homegirl that you know, like, and trust, pull up to your house right there, like, girl, get in. You're going to be like, all right, where's we going? As you get in your stuff, right? But if somebody that you don't really know like that, pull up like, girl, get in. You like, where we going? What's the name of the place? How long we going to be there for? What you wearing? Who all gonna be there? You got 1,000 questions, right? And that's how it is with us, with customers. When people know us, like us, and trust us, they accept what we say a lot faster. But when trust is low, it's gonna take a lot of time to get them to buy into what we have to say. And that's why it's important to establish a level of credibility online that is independent of anybody having any sort of conversations or communications with you. So when you go to my profile, I look a certain way. I look like I say I can do what I say I can do. So that's a huge objection that I don't have to overcome once I get on the phone with you, or you end up on my page to purchase whatever it is.
Hello, I'm Kiana. How are you? I have to say, like the woman just mentioned, I love your energy.
Thank you.
And another thing, you helped me to unlock a key element of my business. I'm developing an art magazine.
Okay.
And something I had been thinking about, like, what am I going to do with this particular idea? And I was like, you know what, I'm going to just sit it on the shelf because I didn't understand which direction I would take it in, its purpose. But when you mentioned creating the group, I said, you know what? Yeah, now it's time to move into, 2035, and really grab the attention of my potential customers, and doing something creative, including the metaverse, into my Facebook group. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
And I enjoyed everything. I was back and forth with my kids. I'm a mom. So yeah, thank you so much for being here. Thanks, Danielle.
I want to just say for all of you guys, definitely play the long game when it comes to whatever it is that you decide to create, right? Because even though the people that you may start out with adding to your community right now may not necessarily be the people who are ideal for you in the future, that they're going to do a couple of things for you. Number one, a lot of people will grow with you, right? People underestimate people's ability to like do other stuff. Like I was just talking about Danielle, like everybody like, oh my gosh, like, y'all are so crazy because she been dancing, she been doing all this stuff, just not posting it on social media, right?
Right.
So, but people oftentimes, so there may have been people in your community that are like, oh, I want to market to her about this thing, but because they don't know that side of you, they feel like that's not going to appeal to you. So don't be afraid of attracting the wrong people, because there's no such thing as the wrong people at this point. The second thing is, understand that it is going to take time. We all start at zero. So don't get discouraged if you feel like your email list or your community, whatever it is that you're trying to grow, is not growing fast enough, because we all start at zero and it is going to grow over time. I was stuck maybe kept doing it. Like my first maybe like 3 years in business, I would grow my email list to like 500, 600 or something like that. And then at the end of the year, I would get to the end and be like, none of these people are opening my emails. I'm gonna start all over and delete all those people. And that was the dumbest thing in the world. I did it so many times, and I wish I could go back and have all of those people that I still delete people. Now, don't get it wrong. I still delete people, but I keep the people that I delete in a little, file for myself, because it's good to have those people to go back to add in and to re-engage. And that's a strategy that we use to re-engage people. But understand that it's going to be a growing process. So set small goals for yourself. And then as you start to accomplish those small goals for yourself, you can tweak your offer. You can tweak whatever it is that you're trying to do and continue to add more and more people. If I showed y'all how many ebooks and lead magnets I have created over time, like even just looking for the one that I got for y'all, it's like 50 ebooks from last year, 50 webinars from last year, and many of them are talking about the same thing, but it's all about getting it to the point that it resonates with the people that you're trying to get to buy from you. So y'all don't got to be perfectionists like me, but be open to the revision. Be open to the change. And then I did want to answer your question, Danielle, what's the CRM? Because that's important. So CRM stands for Customer Relationship Manager or Management System, depending on whatever it is you're talking about. And the difference between a CRM and what I would consider just a basic email marketing service is that a basic email marketing service is really it's going to have limited functionalities. So it's going to allow you to send out campaigns, probably have forms for opt-ins and things like that, where you can tag and segment your list. But a CRM is going to allow you to integrate products into it, possibly even a scheduler into it. It's going to have a payment processor integrated into it. It's going to do all of the things that are necessary to manage your relationship with your customers. It might send out contracts. It might auto charge payments on credit cards. There are a variety of different things that CRMs do that just flat out email marketing services don't do. ActiveCampaign has the ability to function as both. So that's why I like them so much. You can start out with them just sending out emails, but as your business grows and you have more of a budget to allocate to a CRM, because CRMs, they start at like typically $100 or up. I have a client though who's on Entreport and she pays like $600 a month for Entreport because she has over 10,000 people on her list and she uses it as a payment processor. So they can get pricey. But that's the main difference. CRMs are more inclusive. So they kind of are one-stop shops, but they can be a little bit more difficult to set up, like configure technology-wise. Oftentimes you have to find a specialist. And also they can be challenging to manage on a day-to-day basis. The worst CRM, I never say this, but I will tell y'all, because it's so hard to use. There's 1,000 of them that's better, is Infusionsoft. Like, just don't ever buy them. Peep is what they call it now, but just don't ever get that. It's really challenging to integrate. But
can you say that again?
Keep I think it's actually owned by like Intuit now. So Infusionsoft, it used to be, purchased it, and so it's under the Intuit brand, if I'm sure, but it's just very counterintuitive. It has a lot of configurations you gotta figure out. And if you don't have like a high level software, if you're a technology specialist working software or something like that, definitely try hand at it. But if you're not like a coder or developer, then I would suggest that you use something a little bit easier, like Entreport, like Funnel Gorgeous is a CRM. ConvertKit is a CRM. ClickFunnels is not a CRM. ClickFunnels is literally just the software to be able to build out a sales funnel. It don't do nothing else.
Anybody else have any other questions? Are y'all good? Was this helpful?
Thank you, ladies.
Awesome.
Thank you, Danielle. I'm so glad I could come. I know I definitely went over my time, but I hope it was worth it for y'all.
Thank you so much for coming. I got one more question before we go. And that is, what advice do you have for like a list that's dormant, like to re-engagement activity?
Communicate with them. I would you first and foremost, like the thing that I think will probably engage people the most is being honest with them. Sometimes people like try to re-engage their email list and they'll never address the fact that they ain't talked to them in like 50 years, but like say that, like, hey, I know it's been a while since I talked to you. Right. Oh, we still cool. Right? Don't just assume you can start like regularly emailing someone again. I would really treat it almost like you're trying to get them to re-opt in, especially if your business has changed drastically in that time. But I would just say something, like, it's been a while. I've gone through a lot of changes. Here's what's new with me. I want to know, are you still interested in connecting and staying connected, being updated? Click here if you want to be updated. Click here if you want to unsubscribe. People get so tight, like, unsubscribe. Yes, unsubscribe. Ask them to get off your email list. You pay into market to people that said they don't want to talk to you. Mm-hmm. Why would you do that? Why would I waste my daytime minutes on somebody that don't want to talk to me, right? I wouldn't. So I'm going to delete them off my email list and know that that's going to make space for the people who actually want to come. But I would just reach out to them. I also would send a series of messages. So don't expect like to get a response from the first one. I may commit like 2 weeks to trying to really add value to those people and just keeping them updated to what we have going on. Maybe not sending daily messages, but like 2 or 3 emails a week for 2 weeks. To say like, hey, just checking in again. This is what I have going on. Da, da, da. And then if you're not getting any engagement, again, like don't be afraid to take those people off and just kind of stop communicating with them for a time and then come back. One of the things that, like I said, I changed my process. So what I do at the beginning of the year now I just did it with all of my lists. I clean out all of them and like condense all of my contacts. I move anybody that has unsubscribed, like actually clicked unsubscribe, they immediately, they not even a consideration. You said you don't want to communicate. I'm respect your boundaries. But for other people, I will, like, they may have just not opened emails, and that could be for a bunch of different reasons, right? Because remember, all of these messages that we send on the internet go through filters. So it might just be that they stopped opening a couple of your emails in a row, and then all of the messages are going to the spam folder, right? That's another, I didn't talk about this, but it is so important to never, ever, ever use a Gmail, Yahoo, Hotmail, or any other free email address when you are configuring your email service provider. So don't set it up with Kiarra Solomon at gmail.com. It's gonna automatically make your messages go to spam. Don't do it. If you did it like that, go fix it right now. Do it tonight so that it's no longer happening, because Gmail is just filtering people's messages automatically from that. With the way that the mail client sends out mail, it's not actually from Gmail or actually from Hotmail. So it gets filtered. And if you go look in your spam folder right now, you'll probably see a bunch of people email lists that you actually signed up for with stuff in your spam folder, right? So it's just a filter. That's the other reason why it's important to be consistent with your messages, because you want to make sure that you're sending out messages regularly. So when people stop seeing them, they're like, what happened to Danielle's messages? I didn't see these emails in so long. And they go looking for them, right? Because if I didn't get my fashion over 40% off, I definitely was looking for it. Okay, I need my coupon code. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. Just engage with them, communicate with them, and give it some time.
Thank you so much, Kiarra. Really appreciate you coming. This was excellent. And that part 2 sounds good too. Yeah, the content planning.
Guys, when you were asking me what to teach, I was like, I hope she said content. You did. And I was like, it's okay, I got something else. But I really, really want to teach my content plan. It's so fun. Y'all will be like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna do it right now.
Would the content plan be helpful to you all? Yes. Okay, bet. Okay, cool. All right, awesome.
Thank you so much, ladies. Have a good night.
Good night. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next month. And then, communicate, download the app, set up your profile in the app, and join the Facebook group and get engaged. And we see y'all soon. Have a good one. Thank you. Bye-bye.